Congratulations to Oregon State. That was we were excited to play them. We thought this would be a good matchup. It turned out to be a really good, well-balanced game, and ball bounces the way it bounces sometimes. So, but what I'd like to say, just about our team and our journey this year, I just couldn't be prouder of what our players did and how they responded to challenges and adversity along the way. We lost one of our all-conference players midway through the year. We lost another post player earlier in the season. We lost another player after that. We had kids going to Croatia to play for national teams. We had kids with concussions, and we really talked about after we lost Deb, how are we gonna be the best version of who we are? And a lot of people say that and then don't do what they can actually do to be the best version of themselves. And this team, to their credit, because of their character and their people that they are, I really feel like these guys rose to the occasion and made the very most of the opportunity that they had to play together. We beat the best team in the league. We feel like a call goes or a bounce goes one way or the other. We beat the second best team in the league. We're right there on any given night. So very proud of these guys. Sorry that our season is done, but could not be prouder of their effort.
Okay, go ahead.
Angeliki, you had a terrific second half. Can you tell us, after Coach called that timeout late, what the play was and what you saw as that was unfolding?
I think we didn't start the game as we wanted, and our goal the second half was to be tougher and to bounce back, and I think we did that for the most part. I just want to say that I'm super thankful for my seniors. I couldn't ask for a better group of people to start my college career, and I'm just going to miss them so much.
And on that final play when you took the three at the top of the key,
yeah.
What was the play supposed to be there? Was that what you guys were looking for?
No, it wasn't, but somehow the ball was in my hands, so I took the shot.
Freja, coaches continuously raved about your character and the ability to start to own it as the focal point of USF. When you take a look back at your time on the hilltop, what fills you with most pride?
I've had a great experience here. Most players want to be in the position that I got kind of rushed into. We're talking a lot about me having to take shots, and I'm very privileged. Most players want to be in that position. This team is just full of great women. I'm so happy to get the chance for Molly. When I got in the portal, I didn't really know what I would get. I was thinking about going Division II, going back home to Sweden, and then they gave me a chance, and I'm just really, really grateful for that.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Freja, when you guys took the lead early, they brought their second big into the game, and they all of a sudden had 6-5 and 6-7 in the middle of their zone. Just talk about how difficult it was to deal with that, and then how you guys gradually adjusted to their zone and were more effective as the game went along.
Yeah, it's tough playing against two big girls like that. We usually have one, and they have two of them, so it takes up a lot of space in the paint. But I feel like we did a good job of swinging the ball, and we got things open on the perimeter instead. So we just wanted to keep attacking and not really get too scared of them being there.
Molly, can you just talk about your team's ability to come back? You were down 17 about 20 seconds into the second half, and before we know it, you're ahead. And you actually chased them out of their zone, I think, late in the game.
Mm-hmm. I think first half, I thought Ferreira, elevated her game. She played exceptionally well. Our scouting report on her, we kind of try to play the odds, and she knocked down, I think 3 or 4 three-pointers, which was not something that we necessarily anticipated. So that got us a little bit out of our defensive rhythm. And offensively, we couldn't throw it in the ocean and weren't getting any rebounds. So those three things are a recipe for digging a big hole. So luckily we got out of that first half and went in the locker room and just kind of challenged them, to step up. And, we needed to stick more to the game plan. Again, playing the odds, we didn't think that Ferreira would continue to be as hot as she was, but we had to be conscious of her a little bit more. We had to get back into the principles of our scout defensively, which I think we did a much better job in the second half. Thought we rebounded marginally better in the second half. It's still really tough with those two big kids in there. And we made some baskets. I thought Mia Vucic comes in and, that's the thing she can do. She can change a game in a second when she starts knocking down shots. And, yesterday after we played, I talked to her about, she didn't play at all against LMU. I said, we're going to need you tomorrow, and you're going to need to come in, knock down shots for us. And she did exactly what we asked her to do. Couldn't be happier with how she played. And Angie, same thing, came in. We finally kind of made some shots, and once you make some shots, you feel a little bit better about everything. So we were able to put good things in a row together. Good defensive stop, good offensive possession, allowed us to come back into the game, and then you have a chance to win it at the end, and, ball bounces a certain way.
What was the call in the huddle for what you guys wanted to do? You had 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, we were trying to, we needed to get it inbounded cleaner. We were trying to bring Mia off of a, kind of a floppy action. She could have come either way off of a single screen there on the baseline, but we had trouble inbounding, so then we got a little bit out of position and had to force a shot that wasn't the one that we necessarily wanted to take. But, is what it is.
And you just talk a little bit about what Freja's been for you, since this is it for her, but also how tough it was to have to play the last 3 minutes without her.
Yeah, again, I think some of those are real tough judgment calls for the officials to make at the end of the game, but, certainly having her on the floor gives her teammates confidence, gives her coaches confidence, both defensively and offensively. So, but I do, I trusted that lineup that we had in at the end of the game to defend, and they defended well. And, the kid hits the only shot she makes the whole game. It's it's bad sports, right? But I wouldn't fault our defense on that last play. I think those kids locked in and they defended. We had her kicking the ball. She, might have traveled or double dribbled with it there, but, so I think they defended well. They just made a good shot.
Okay. One more question.
Molly, a big senior class with varying levels of tenure with you, and you've talked about the journey of this season. Now, really, no 2 days were the same, but what's the defining trait of the senior class in your mind?
Their character. They really fortunate to be able to coach intelligent and motivated, committed women. And they're committed not just to basketball, they're committed to one another. In an age where nobody wants to be accountable to anyone or for anything, they are accountable every single day. And to me, a measure of a great teammate and a great team is, can you look next to you and can you be counted upon? And all those kids, that are leaving their eligibility right now could count on themselves and could count on the person next to them. And that's been a hallmark of our teams, and that's something I'm very proud of, and it is a credit to their character.